Think about it. For some of us, and the reason why we are constantly upset, irritable, just low-key difficult to be around is because we cannot get away from ourselves. Like other people who can run away from you, you can run away from yourself. So it's like there are people that are there not taking the time out to make sure that they make themselves the kind of person that they can even want to live with. You want someone. Think about it. For some of us, and the reason why we are constantly upset, irritable, just low-key difficult to be around is because we cannot get away from ourselves. Like other people who can run away from you, you can run away from yourself. So it's like there are people that are there not taking the time out to make sure that they make themselves the kind of person that they can even want to live with. You want someone in a certain light, but you've not invested enough in yourself to be that kind of person you want to be around. When you neglect growing and doing better with your own self, you end up being the exact person you not want to be around. But unfortunately, since you can't run away from you, you become kind of difficult. Think about it. For some of us,
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Today, after 5 years working in the audio-visual sector, I consider myself to have the equipment of my dreams, the perfect camera, the best lenses and, in general, the equipment that perfectly adapts to my needs. But obviously, friends, that wasn't always the case. For more than 3.5 years I worked with very limited equipment and I still managed to make a living from this and save as much money as possible little by little to finance the equipment that I have today. So if you're also starting out and don't happen to have $4,000 in your pocket to spend on a camera, this video is for you. Today I'm going to tell you what audio-visual equipment you would buy if you were starting from scratch in 2025, based on real experience and without wasting money. And by the way, stay until the end because we're going to give away audio-visual equipment that could come in handy for those who are just starting out. And we're going to start, of course, with the camera. But first of all, I want to differentiate between two types of profiles that may be watching this video, since many times it depends on the use that you are going to give to the camera. It is better to choose one or the other. The first profile is those who are only looking for equipment to create content for their social networks. And the second profile is those people who want to be professional filmmakers, not only to create content for their networks, but also to work with companies and brands on campaigns. So that being said, we are starting with a range of $0 to $500, and I will be honest with you, although it may not be what you want to hear, if right now you have this budget to spend on a camera, my best recommendation is that you start with what you have in your hands, your mobile phone. I often get messages on Instagram saying, Mirko, I have $250. What camera should I buy? How can I make my videos look like this? Quote, dude, the audio-visual sector is sadly quite expensive and for this price you are hardly going to get something that records better than a mobile phone. Furthermore, nowadays, when phone brands are very aware of the importance of creating content on social networks, they are increasingly fighting and competing to bring out the best cameras in mobile phones that are very good value for money. We saw it on this channel, in the video that I'm leaving here for you, how I recorded a campaign for Xiaomi at the Mobile World Congress for the presentation of a new Xiaomi car, which I obviously recorded with a mobile phone from the same brand, and the result, as you can see, was very good. Where I even showed on the channel how I recorded a video for Ford with my mobile phone and the results were also very good. I don't care if you have an Apple, Xiaomi, Oppo or Samsung. If you have this budget, it's not worth buying a camera because the quality won't be better than that of your mobile phone. In fact, I'll tell you more, it's better to spend this budget on good audio, that is, on a good microphone instead of upgrading the camera. By the way, speaking of microphones, stay until the end. Stay until the end. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Range of $500 to $600 in this price bracket, especially for those who want a camera to create content for their social networks. A very good camera that many creators actually use is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. More and more bloggers in the community are using it because it combines two fundamental features, lightness and quality. It records up to 4K 120 FPS very stably and best of all, it barely takes up any space. In addition, it will have an advantage over a mobile phone in that it will not take up storage in the gallery, which I would say is the most inconvenient thing about recording with it. Range of $800 to $1,000. Well, we are entering a bracket where those who want to dedicate themselves professionally to filmmaking can already start buying things. And these cameras that I will mention are also ideal for creating content. Here are two very interesting options that I can recommend firsthand because I have used them for a very long time in my career. Both cameras, of course, are from the Sony brand, and I know some of you will say, Mirko, why do you mostly recommend Sony cameras? Are you paid or sponsored for this video? Quote, no, I'm simply trying to base this video and these tips on my own experience and my own use. So, since I've used this brand for a long time, this is what I can recommend. I can't talk about food. So, since I've used this brand for a long time, this is what I can recommend. I can't talk about Fujifilm, for example. In fact, I'll say it here. This video has no sponsors, none at all, apart from brands. On the one hand, we have the Sony a6400. Oh, my god, my eyes fill with tears when I talk about this camera. Right now on Amazon Spain it's around €860, but I suppose it depends on the country, it could vary. What do I have to say? Do you have all the links to the equipment I'm mentioning in the description? It could vary. What do I have to say? Do you have when I talk about this camera? sponsors, none at all, apart from brands. On the one hand, we have the Sony a6400. Oh, my god, my eyes fill with tears when I talk about this camera. Right now on Amazon Spain it's around 860 euros, but I suppose it depends on the country, it could vary. What do I have to say? Do you have all the links to the equipment I'm mentioning in the description? And yes, as I said, I have a special affection for this camera because it's the one that saw me start my audio-visual career. I've been using it for 3 years. I even got to be at big festivals or doing a job for UEFA in Albania in the Conference League final. Total madness. And there I was with my little camera with my 6 and very happy. That's why I recommend it. What can I tell you about this camera? Well, it records 4K. Yes, not 4K. Slow motion, you'll have to wait a little longer. And 1080 at up to 120 FPS, which will come in handy. Yes, it is 1080, not 4K. But for some super slow motion shots, brutal. Obviously it also has logarithmic profiles, so if you know how to work the color well you can get very good results. In fact, all the images I'm showing you above were recorded with this camera by me and my other
to buy any kind of car from North America to West Africa. AuctionExport.com. Register. Now you can choose your dream car. Payment can be done with your credit card,
other stage. And I have to say that the autofocus is one of the best autofocuses I've seen on any camera. Well, let's not even talk about size. 1,000 euros to 10,000 euros. We are getting spicier and spicier. If you have saved up this money, you can buy yourself a good pickle. Here is a very interesting camera option, both for filming and content creation, which I myself had for almost a year. The Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. This is a very modern model. I would say it came out almost a year ago exactly, and when I discovered it and saw its features, I was amazed. Listen, for around 1,100 euros, which is what the camera costs, you can now get a camera that records at 4K 60 FPS to do slow motion at this quality, which none of the cameras I mentioned so far allowed you to do, at 10-bit color, which, for those who are not familiar with it, so that you understand me, gives you a much wider range of color to later edit, and allows you to record in logarithmic mode, gives you a much wider range of color to later edit, and allows you to record in logarithmic mode with profiles such as HLG or SLOC 3, which is what I use for all my campaigns and all my videos. In fact, I am recording this video with SLO 3. Check it out. Well, you can get colors like that, so get ready. The focus is very good. In general, Sony will not disappoint you with autofocus, so overall I can tell you that it is a very good option. Okay, camera sector, I'm going to leave it here, because I'm not going to go from range to range until I reach 4,000 euros. Because the intention here is to address you, who are just starting out in the sector, but, in short, I can tell you that if you manage to save like a beast and reach a budget of between 10,000 euros and 2,500 euros, you'll be able to afford a full-frame camera, which you'll notice above all because they handle low light much better and have better image quality and more background blur. And well, many other things. Mirko, perfect. I already have a camera. I'm going to try it for the first time. Great. Let's move on to the second most important purchase you have to make, which is lenses. All the cameras I've recommended in this video up to 10,000 euros have APS-C sensors, that is, a slightly smaller sensor, for which you'll have to buy lenses adapted. And listen, that is, a slightly smaller sensor, for which you'll have to buy lenses adapted. And listen carefully, if you already have one of the cameras that I recommended from Sony, for me the first lens that you have to buy is the Sigma 16mm 1.4. And it has two spectacular advantages, which is why I love it. First, the image quality that you get with this lens makes no sense whatsoever. When I bought it back then, I had already seen reviews that said that it slightly improved the sharpness of the camera, that people were surprised, but I didn't imagine it that much. The feeling of putting the 16mm on my A6400 was like, wow, this feels like another camera. And then it's also a very good lens because of the f1.4 aperture, which like the cameras that I recommended are APS-C, with a slightly smaller sensor, so it doesn't cope well in low light. This 1.4 aperture will ensure that in any lighting situation, whether you're filming in a nightclub with a customer or in a cave or a bat cave, with no light at all, you'll be safe with this lens. And I'm going to recommend another lens that I had, the Sony 35mm f1.8, which on the plus side, if you've chosen a camera that doesn't have a stabilized sensor, this lens has optical steady shot. What does that mean? It's stabilized. So, you can forget about it, you can breathe, you don't have to be rigid. One detail is that since it's a 35mm on a PSC sensor,
Tu web es el corazón de tu negocio online. Protégela de amenazas digitales con nuestras soluciones de seguridad. Además, tener una web segura te ayudará a mejorar tu posicionamiento en buscadores. Tranquilidad total para tu negocio online solo con GoDaddy.
look, I'm going to be honest with you. Today, after 5 years working in the audio-visual sector, I consider myself to have the equipment of my dreams, the perfect camera, the best lenses and, in general, the equipment that perfectly adapts to my needs. But obviously, friends, that wasn't always the case. For more than 3.5 years I worked on the plus side. If you've chosen a camera that doesn't have a stabilized sensor, this lens to make, which is lenses. All the cameras I've recommended in this video up to 10,000 euros have
Well, people, after many videos telling you that I was going to show you my editing and 2025 content creation setup, here it is. Today it's happening. You may ask me, Mirko, why are you showing the setup today and not a month ago? Well, because I just got this new video editing beast, the MacBook Pro M4 Max. You know that my previous laptop, the M1 Max, had a cracked screen, has died. So anyway, well, I literally just put it up a day ago. I'm going to start testing it, the new screen and a lot of new additions, and I'm going to show you everything today. First, I would like to clarify that I literally have the setup in the middle of my living room. Here I have the sofa, well, there I'm hanging clothes, TV, and well, it makes me laugh because in a filmmaker's house, you open any shelf and there are spotlights. Here we have Nanlite, and here we have the FX3 box. We start with the base of everything. Here we have the ergonomic chair Enfabor. It is called The Brand. I bought it on Amazon, quite comfortable. We pass by, and here we have the table. Without the table, there is no setup. I bought the table at the IKEA store. It's called the Captain Alex, Chris Rock. German names they put here. but I liked it because it literally has the length that basically for what the house gave me. You know, I live in a very small apartment, so, well, the length for me is ideal, although I would like it to be a little longer. And here,
This is how the brain of a procrastinator functions compared to a high achiever. Procrastinators tend to have a
here we have all kinds of, well, drawers to store cable ties, cables, tripods, all kinds of rig accessories. And we continue with my new acquisition, of which I am very happy, the MacBook Pro M-Ivy Max. The truth is that it looks like a beast. I say that because, well, I haven't used it yet. I just set it up, but I have one less kidney. I don't know if you can appreciate here, I have a little hole. It's just that they've taken a kidney from me to pay for it. So enjoy it. Why? Because it has 48 of unified memory, which is like RAM, 2 teras of SSD, and 16 inches. That is, it is a full equipped MacBook Pro. But you know that I, at least in my particular case, I prefer a MacBook Pro as my main computer because I travel a lot. And in those trips, I have to edit videos of a very demanding quality, files that are heavy and of high quality. So what I get from a MacBook Pro is lightness, performance, and that it is quite thin. I mean, it's not very wide. So, well, nothing. In my case, this works for me, although a desktop tower would also be great for editing here at home. And where is the Mac attached? Well, over here we have a little adjustable arm, tiki. You can adjust it, and if we go over here, look, focus here, we have a hub. It's a pretty underrated tool, I think, but it's important that you invest in a good hub so you can connect to it, well, lots of inputs, in my case, HDMI and hard drives of everything, and that it doesn't overheat. Mine cost me about 80 euros, I'll leave you the link, and 2 and a bit years with it, very happy, which by the way, small doubt for geeks, as you see here, I have plugged the charging cable to the Mac. I literally have it plugged in all day, and here I have seen diversity of opinions. There are people who say you can have it plugged in because it is directly powered from the plug. There are people who say it drains the battery. Please, some geek of this subject, to comment me here below if I will screw up the battery or if you recommend me to have it always plugged in. We move on to the new BenQ PD monitor that has 27 inches. Anyone who knows about, about all this knows that BenQ monitors, specifically this one, is special for colorimetry, for coloring, and well, for video editing in general, it's very good. The only bad thing maybe I would tell you actually was a screw up on my part, was that I bought it without an ergo arm of these arms, well, like I have with the laptop, which hooks to the table. And I'm very used to having all the monitors that I use flying around and not taking up space, so I can leave the hard drives directly on the table. But well, eventually, I guess I'll buy it an arm and have him levitating in the setup as usual, as he had before buying it. And at this point, you'll ask me, Mirko, what's this you've got up here? Well, it's a Logitech webcam, the Brio 500, which by the way, Logitech sent it to me more than a year ago. And I'm always grateful, I'm a big fan of that brand. Actually, when they wrote to me, they had asked me, hey, do we want to send you the MX Master 3S mouse? And I said, well, it's literally the mouse I have already. And the keyboard, focus it over here. It's the MX Case Mini, which I love. Very minimalist, very thin, and not at all gamer, so great for video editing and going to Starbucks to act as a successful filmmaker. And underneath it all, we have the Logitech G840 XL mousepad. It's a pleasure to glide, I mean, up to here, and besides, it glides very well. The fact that you have an XL mat is a huge investment. And one of the products that I get asked about the most, especially on Instagram and TikTok, here on YouTube, not so much, but it's this spotlight here. Really, it generates a lot of curiosity, and it is no mystery because it is used by many content creators. Maybe you will recognize it if I remove this here. Does it sound more familiar? Well, it's the key light from Elgato. Elgato is a brand that I really like. They don't sponsor me. I wish they would have sent it to me, but I bought everything myself. I don't know. Ibai, Grefg, everybody uses it. I copied it from them, and I like it because it is anchored to the table. It gives me a lot of speed when recording because I don't have to go around setting up lights. The temperature is adjustable. The intensity is adjustable too, so it's great. What happens is that the good John Alexander, a greeting to him from here, recommended me this diffuser of Neewer, that you put it here. It is a small diffuser that I will leave the link in the description, and it helps to diffuse the light a little bit more. There's even a honeycomb to concentrate the light even more. So there you have it, the question solved. Another of the things that I get asked about the most is these two paintings here. They are by Salvador Dali, and that one is by Leonardo da Vinci. Well, no, actually, I'm a sleazebag. Since I moved here, I didn't take them off, and some people tell me, hey, do they have any meaning? No. Let's move on to the entire sound system. Microphone, I use the famous Shure SM7B. Shure sent it to me a long time ago, and really great gift because all the voiceovers, the intros that have audio, well, in general, I record everything with this microphone, and I am very grateful. It is very good. And the microphone, I have it connected to everything else through an XLR cable driven by this arm that I love from Elgato. You know you have the link in the description of everything that I'm saying. I have it hooked up to this Rodecaster Pro soundboard from Rode. They sent it to me a while ago as well. very grateful because it's an amazing soundboard. The main use I give it, the truth, is to connect this mic, because this mic cannot be connected by USB or anything to the computer. The only way is that there is an intermediary, which is this sound table. It does not have to be so expensive, because it is true that it is expensive. It is not only for this, but well, here I am going to leave you also another cheap option. Everything you record audio, you have to listen to somehow, right? So for that mission, I use the Logitech Zombite CN, these headphones here. When I got them, I'm not going to lie to you, they weigh so little and are wireless that I was afraid of the audio quality, but I was surprised. I mean, they don't weigh anything. Look, take them. In a scale, how much would you say?
100 grams.
100? I'm going to look it up. If they weigh more than 100, you present the rest of the video.
Messed up, huh?
59, my colleague was freed. And if we move this away from here, look, focus over there. We have all these little bugs that are hard drives. Mirko, how do you organize your entire storage system? Okay, so look, on the one hand, we have these lazy hard drives, which you see, well, they're wider, they're orange, they're nice. And then we have this hard drive, which is very thin. I'll tell you the difference. Well, the lightest one is a SSD hard disk. I use it mostly for editing because they are very fast hard disks, very expensive too, because this one I have is 4 teras and you can't imagine what it cost me. But they are disks that are used for storage and editing at the same time, especially when traveling, and here at home I use them a lot. And then on the other hand, we have these hard drives that are the famous lazy hard drives, which are also used by many people, which are not super slow, but they are not super fast SSDs either. So I use them to keep some kind of material in storage as I need it and have it on hand frequently, so it's easy to access them. And then if we go this way, look, focus there, these beasts here, these boxes here, these are Seagate hard drives of 10 terabytes each. These hard drives, we call them trunk hard drives because they're pretty slow hard drives that I use to store things that I'm not going to take out of the trunk probably for a long time, but there are products that I don't want to eliminate, so, well, I leave them there in the memory drawer and forget about them. And we're going to your surprise, bro. Where do you think we're going? To the floor. It's so clean. Why is the floor so clean? Well, because some time ago, when I moved here, I invested in that grid over there, which costs, I think, 30-40 euros, and really, it's really worth it. Because you get all the cables compressed upwards, you leave the floor clean, and your setup looks, well, and your house in general looks a lot cleaner. You're not a dirtbag walking around stepping on all the dusty wires. Well, it's true that the cables are dusty anyway, but at least they're dusty up there, not down there then. Better, I get up. Yikes, my knee blew. I saved for last a little bit of the setup, failed that we have it over here. Look, focus on this. We have around here a monopod that has a lot of use, or rather it had, because as you know, I bought this 27-inch monitor. The one I had previously was 24, a little bit smaller, and this one, because it's from the Gato, and I could put the 24/7 without using any kind of tripod. The problem is that, as this monitor is much wider than the old one, the monopod is now covered by the monitor itself, so I can't put the camera on it, so I guess I will have to remove it. Oh, and well, without a doubt, the best accessory for the setup in summer in Madrid is everything here. Without a fan like this one, would literally die at 40 degrees editing here in a studio where there's not much sunlight, so 40 euros, fan, man, to sweat, and I also take this video to show you all my audiovisual equipment 2020.
They better comment on the video, right? Or you will show it all in one.
You're right. Comment on this video if you want me to upload a video detailing all my audiovisual equipment from gimbals.
To buy any kind of car from North America.
Want to create an online store but not sure what to do next? With managed WooCommerce hosting from Hostinger, you can skip the
Hey guys, welcome to Pick and Talk. My name is Benjamin. In this video, I am going
Call for Mobile Mechanic Pros of Phoenix.
I was trying to see if you guys do spark plugs replacement for an '05 PC Cruiser. Okay, so it's $150, but I have to get the parts. Okay, let me give you guys a call back. Thank you.
to show you how to buy Bitcoin in Ghana with mobile money on Binance or Paxful. So Bitcoin is known for its high value among other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the biggest cryptocurrency on the market right now with $1.92 trillion market cap and the price fall or right. So if you choose that it's going to a month, it rose and I made a lot of money from it by just investing within a month. It's Bitcoin as at the price of 30,000 within a month. It rose and I made a lot of money from it by just investing in it whilst it was at the lower price and selling it at a higher price. So the fourth way to make money out of Bitcoin is by staking. So staking is more of being rewarded for investing your money.
Call for Mobile Mechanic of Fort Worth.
How you doing? I was just trying to get a price, get a quote. I'm planning on, I had to get another transmission for my car. It's a 2003 Honda Accord 4-cylinder automatic, and I'm probably probably tomorrow or maybe next week sometime. I'm planning on getting a transmission, and our car can't move. So, how much do you guys charge to come put in a transmission? Yeah, okay. Thank you.
A lot of people have been using this app and they don't want to tell you. But me, I will tell you. This app allows you to shop things directly from Amazon to Ghana to your doorstep and pay it for cheap. You can actually pay with just your mobile money account, or if you have a debit card, that will work perfectly. It's an app currently available on the Google Play Store, and you can download it right now and begin shopping. If you're on iOS, I'll also show you how to download it by clicking the link on my profile and follow the steps. Right now, there are heavy discounts on there, and I'll show you how to purchase it. In fact, I'm purchasing an item right now, so let me take you through the steps. The app is called Gully Express, and it's available to download right now on the Google Play Store. If you're on iOS, simply click this link, tap on Download Test Flight, and follow the prompt to install the app. Once you get it, just open the app. It should look something like this. If you're looking to purchase any item from Amazon, simply tap on Start Shopping, then tap on Amazon. So now I search for the item we're looking for. In my case, that's the M4 MacBook Air. I tap on it, tap on the specifications, read about the item. I can also see a rating about this. Once I'm satisfied, I tap on Add to Cart. Then I tap on View Cart. Then I tap on Confirm Order once I'm okay with the item I'm purchasing. So you can see the total amount of the item.
I've done the shakes, I've done the surgeries, I've done the arguing and bargaining with myself every day, which is why I'm so excited to announce that I am an ambassador for Juniper. After years of trying absolutely everything, I have finally found something that supports me in a way that nothing else ever had. To addiction, and food has been no different. As a mum of two, I never actually thought I'd find something that fit into my life. It's
regardless. That's why I do what I do. See me in person, I'm flawless. I might just snatch up your dude. Sugar all over.
I got 21 bullets inside of this clip and I'm ready to unload this bitch. You a pussy. I got 21 bullets inside of this clip and I'm ready to unload this bitch. I got 21 bullets inside of this clip and I'm ready to unload. You a pussy.
And last but not least, have you ever had a nickname, and why was it given to you?
I don't know why, but people love to call me Mark Henry, but I don't know why. So, but that's the nickname.
Lord, why do you test me?
Is that why he broke up with you?
No,
Why did he break up with you?
he died.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's okay.
oh, wow.
Long time ago.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, very sorry.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm not. It's a situation that's making me laugh. What is your favorite KSI song?
Through the thick of it.
No, I respect it. She got it wrong because she knows it's shit.
What position would you play in a football team?
Striker.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Ethan, why did you pop?
I just think more of a centre-back build.
And last but not least, have you ever had a nickname, and why was it given to you?
I don't know why, but people love to call me Mark Henry, but I don't know why. So, but that's the nickname.
Lord, why do you test me?
Call for Mobile Mechanic of Sacramento.
I had an appointment this morning with one of your mechanics, and I haven't heard from him or haven't seen him yet. Sandy Holt. Sandy Holt. Sandy Holt. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Okay.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service. If you feel you've received this message in error, please hang up and try your call again later. Message CA18956. The subscriber you have dialed is not in service. If you feel you've received this message in error, please hang up and try your call again later. Message FL20156.